Everyone asks what's inside Catalyst. I think that's the wrong question. It's why it was founded. People don't buy on features, they buy on mission, on transformation. The currents of digital marketing are shifting year over year. And when seismic shifts happen, there are only two options. Either you're the wave or you're the shoreline. I launched Catalyst in June. When I left Meta a month prior to that, there was this market gap in how to distill and test and launch and refine and automate a true enduring business from scratch using social media. Could not find it. The real builders, the startups, Airbnb, DoorDash, Facebook, Google, all of these were founded and incubated in an incubator in Silicon Valley, like Y Combinator. There is this beauty in the chaos of building from scratch that is irreplaceable. From 0 to 1, of harnessing an idea, of making something out of nothing. It's kinetic. And I know because I've been in those rooms and I've built multiple seven-figure companies. I interned in private equity. I advised industry giants at BCG, Boston Consulting Group. I even helped found the Meta Venture Capital team advising startups like you. And if you're caught in this discomfort of in between, if they're telling you consciously or not to do this or that, to be a mom and a wife or a business titan, to stay at home with family or to make 6 or 7 figure months, I promise you, it's a reflection on their imposed limits, not on your potential. And I cannot be the only one. Maybe you've felt this tension too, where bit by bit and then all at once, your discomfort becomes disdain. You think there has to be another way. There has to be another way. And you have this or that of competing identities for years. It happened for years for me too. And the risk of stagnation, finally, this May, outweighed the risk of the unknown. What was versus what could be. So I left. #1 sales award in hand, multiple 6-figure paycheck, and a cusp of a massive promotion. 35-ish hours per week. Amazing gig. Even better team. Lunatic. That's what they said. That's what they called me because they were playing checkers. I prefer 4-dimensional chess. I entered the world of online entrepreneurship in May formally by way of digital marketing. And I looked around at examples of who I wanted to be and what I wanted to build, and I couldn't find it. I kept buying courses and memberships and boot camps and softwares, and I learned from each, but I was mistaking purchases for progress. I was drowning in the shallows of perfunctory teachings and contradictory Instagram hacks. It was a disappointment of a different flavor. Whether we realize it or not, we're operating in this ecosystem, this echo chamber, defined by those before us, those who went first, those who are most visible on Instagram. But I had just escaped this matrix of money versus time, corporate success versus family moments, only to entrap myself in a new cage. Now I was forced to choose between quick cash schemes and a deluge of income screenshots as this weird sales technique, course hopping, copy-paste strategies, completely made up Instagram tactics, and a loud luxury aesthetic that's beautiful, but it's just not me. Or I could go build a software business, a startup in the traditional sense, move to Silicon Valley, join an accelerator, get private equity funding, and wait 5, 6, 7, 8 years, hoping that I can IPO. Here's what I wish I knew sooner. When they, the invisible hands, give you just 2 options on the menu, this or this, it means it's a kid's menu. Go, run, open your own restaurant, go decide your own recipe for success. Define your own duality. Live in and, not or. But the best way to complain is to build the antidote. So I founded Catalyst not to compete, but to build a new business model, a new industry altogether. It is definitionally incomparable. No one has built this yet. And that's why it can't be reduced to a soundbite on Threads. So what is Catalyst? Catalyst is for the builders. Catalyst is the Stanford MBA that makes you the case study, away from the classroom and into the trenches where the real lessons are learned and the real friendships are made. Catalyst is the Y Combinator startup hub that you can actually earn from day one. You don't have to wait for an IPO 8,000 years later. Catalyst is exposing the conversations in those rooms at BCG, in private equity, at Meta, with the top graphic designers and software engineers and system builders and leaders and sales wizards that until now, until today, the cost of entry into those rooms was $1 million per month. That's how much those businesses had to pay me and my teams to unlock consulting. If you are or want to be a wildly successful business in how you define it, with whom, from where, on your terms, even if you've never opened Instagram for business before, even if you've never posted a reel before, even if you don't know whom you're talking to or your voice or how to write an ad caption, we can get you that freedom. My version of freedom is work. But that's the thing about freedom. You can define it for yourself. Mine is to build. It's to speak at a Forbes summit at 10 a.m. and plant tomatoes in my garden at 11 a.m. It's to, go for a horseback ride with my dad and then come back and see a $10,000 Stripe deposit on my phone from the afternoon. If you want 1 million ebooks and templates and a copy-paste strategy, we have them. But you're delaying. You're not solving. Silly analogy, but wood fires, they take more kindling to start, but then they start crackling and then they roar. Turnkey gas fires, if you've ever done those, yeah, they turn on, but they're easily snuffed. Now, when you align ethics and skills and service-based impact, everything ignites. And what I did this summer in building Catalyst was paid market research. I built publicly, I built messily, I built alone. That was my V1. That was my preschool. Now I'm trading up the curve. I don't earn multiple six-figure months after 100 days of launching my own program because I think small. Those already inside know how untouchable this program is for digital business. That it is more valuable than most 5-figure investments combined. They said that. They say that I get a lot of these messages, that they are kicking themselves because they didn't think a program this credentialed, this committed, this robust existed. I don't think that it did. And I entered a market that was bruised, a graveyard of abandoned Telegram chats. I'm not making that mistake again. I'm creating a new industry. I'm going first. No coach, no precedent, just conviction. I'm facing more headwinds because of it. But guess what? I get to choose the direction. And I might, fly too close to the sun, but I sure as hell am going to have a better view. And if you're around me, inside Catalyst, you will too. I fight for catalysts. I protect them from the fray. I challenge them to redefine their bounds and by extension, the industry's bounds. If you're in Catalyst, you are my top priority. And if you're not, it's why I stand behind my 48-hour catalyzed or money-back guarantee. I don't know the first thing about Snapchat or YouTube, but I wrote the book on Meta. Thousands of pages of policies that govern its content, trained its enforcement models, machine learning, advised multi-billion dollar per annual revenue companies on how to grow organically and through ads. No matter what product or service you promote, this is your chance to get in that room. If this scares you, good. If you think, oh my God, I'm not ready for that, you are. Start with the end in mind. Don't just live life's length, however long we're given. Live its width. Place yourself in experiences that propel you to your goal. The passage of time, it moves no matter what. Whom you step in stride with, that's how you outpace it. See you inside.